You know, sometimes I amaze even myself. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are with issue 71 of the Build the Millennium Falcon. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. So we're going to talk about the Trident class assault ship. This is a separatist ship and very vicious and rather large, as you can see there. Then we're going to talk about Abathar, the remote desert world, and we'll go through that kind of stuff. And that's everything there. And now we're into the assembly. So again, another section without the secrets of spaceflight. I wonder if we'll ever get back to that. Let's go ahead and deposit everything out that we got this time. We got a piece of paper like we always do. All right, and we have some magnets. So that is going to go on the bottom of the section that we did last time. So we have quite a few magnets. I don't know if that's a magnet or not. These are not magnets. These are metal pieces. Okay, good to know. There's 2 small magnets right there. More metal pieces. And 6 of these barrel-shaped magnets. And I'm guessing these are neodymium magnets. All right. And we're going to have our, what's more or less our last hull piece, at least for the saucer part. There will be the parts for the mandibles and then the side pieces, but that's the last of the saucer pieces. And then we have these pieces. So let's go ahead and get started. Get this up out of the road. Well, we'll go ahead and flip the old page and see what we got to go do first. So we are putting in these. Got to cut all these parts out. Let's go ahead and get that done. And then we'll start attaching the magnets as we need to and going from there. Where, oh where are my... There we go. Stop looking. Found them. All right. Let's get these pieces cut out. Okay. So here we are with all these pieces. I'm going to take these pieces and go give them a wash, and we'll come back. Christmas. We'll come back and go with the next part. See you guys in a few. Okay, back from washing the parts. Now it's into the drying part. So some of these are easy to dry. I mean, you just put them on paper towel, you just pat them, and they're done. Some of these other ones are a little bit more complicated to dry. They got all these grooves and stuff, so I come through with the paper towel and make sure they all get dried by hand. And then there's still some that are even more difficult. And if they've got little crevices that are hard to get the water out, like say down inside there, which that one looks pretty dry. But for instance, if I can't, what I'll do is I will take some compressed air. I have a can of compressed air, and I'll blow it out. So I hadn't really showed this part of stuff. I figured I'd show it to you this time. So let's go ahead and get these dry. We'll speed this thing up. Okay, as you saw, I had a little bit of a mishap there, and as a result, I had stuff going everywhere. Let's play that back in slow motion. All right, so that was the first time I've ever done that, as far as making stuff just fly all over the place. Never had that happen before, and honestly, don't intend on ever having it happen again. Um, I will be a lot more cautious before doing that again. All right, so now we have all of our parts dry, and I made sure took me a little while, had to find all the parts, and that was a challenge to say the least. Um, but I got it done. All right, let's get ourselves uh, some glue. Look at that. Used my second tube of 102 micro brushes. I think majority of them I've ended up using for glue, uh, but they work. And in reality, you could probably cut the ends off and just use the tip, because I know a lot of people will use like toothpicks. And if you like watching model videos, watch I believe it's John's Scale Models. He's got two different ones. He's got one that he does a lot of streams on, and then he's got one that he does just kind of scale models and whatnot. Um, he uses toothpicks, and they call them in the UK, I think they call them like cocktail sticks or something, whereas we call them toothpicks here. First thing we need to do is we're going to put in these small magnets here. So we have two right here. I'm going to put these small ones in. And I'll put a link to John's model pages, and there's a couple other model pages. I'll put a link in for you guys as well. All right, so I'm sanding this off because this is too proud, and this doesn't end up sitting flush. So I'm just gonna sand this off a little bit. Obviously, I don't need the whole thing, and we'll try it again. I mean, its only purpose is to make sure that we have something to, for the glue to stick to. I'm assuming you don't glue that. It doesn't tell you to. Oh wait, if it's in the square hole, glue into the hole. Okay, that must be. Uh, yeah, glue this part into that hole, not the rod into this hole. Okay, there we go for that part. We'll have to get the big saucer so we can put the rest of the metal pieces in Um, might be some other magnets. I'm not sure. I think just these pieces here. We got to mount them on the framework so that way this will attach. So let me go get that, and then we'll come back and wrap this part up. See you guys in a few. Okay, welcome back. So I've got the lower part here. I've missed these two, so we got to get those glued in real quick. So let's get that done. All right, so that's those, and I just need to check if these are supposed to, yeah, glue them in. Add two more. Yeah, so we just got to put all of these in. I'm gonna leave this open just so I can make sure I get them in all the right spots. And we've got 4 here, 1, 2, 3 there. And I've currently got them in here, my little tray. There we go. That is all of them. I'm going to hold off on attaching this because I'd hate to pull those back out. But while we're letting that dry, what I'm going to do is figure out, it's probably going to be, well, these are the 4. So basically from these this way, this needs to get painted all black from these 2 forward. And so reason being is, like everything else, I need to make sure that this is going to be blacked out. So we'll have to mask this off, and we'll do that after we move this. And then while I'm at it, we'll get this masked off and painted as well. So this needs to be blacked out as well. So we'll get that taken care of and all that. But let's get this moved out of the road first. Time to get some masking done. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All right. So the last little bit I'm going to do is I'm going to paint or tape over these magnets because I don't want them to be uh, painted over. Not that I think it's going to be a big deal, but it'd just be best if they weren't painted over probably. There we go. All right, I'm going to go paint these and we'll come back when it's all done. See you in a few. Well, here we are. We are back. Got everything painted. Didn't do the best job, so like there's some light edges along through here, but I think it's going to be good enough. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? So I'm not going to fret. Let's just unwrap it like Christmas morning. There we go. One rear end. Big fat rear end too. That baby's got back. All right, let's get this one done. Not too bad. Came out pretty well. Not any bleed over, is minimal at best. And I kind of realized that the bleed over will just help kind of accentuate the edges. So if you recall, that goes on there. I'm not sure why it's magnetic. I think there's a reason for it, but I don't remember. Anyway, so that goes on there. There's the back end. That is everything for pretty much the issue 71. However, if you were paying attention to the title, this is part 1. You may be able to figure out what part 2 is. Part 2 is going to be, if there is a part 2, I'm going to actually look ahead on some of the magazines and look. No, I'm not. I'm just going to do it. Part 2, we will be painting the top hull, saucer part of the top hull. This will also mean that it'll be time to go ahead and paint the cockpit, exterior part of the cockpit. So we'll get that painted as well. So look for part 2, and that should be fun. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. May the force be with you always.